The original provider, which I dealt with for almost 7 years, no longer accepted Medicare patients. So as a result, I got a referral from that firm to another firm located in this area, and I called Medicare to confirm the fact that they were an approved Medicare CPAP provider. Subsequent to the first order of replacement parts, it was determined by the new provider that they were not paid for those components by Medicare. And subsequent to that, I called Medicare to determine exactly what the assignable cost for the problem of non-payment was. They could not provide me with that information, however, did recommend that I go to another provider, which they specifically gave me the contact information for. I then did go forward to contact that recommended provider and place my order with them. And actually I've now been working with this company for the past 6 months. I subsequently just learned that the new provider, the third provider, has not been paid for my ordered component replacement parts, based on the fact that they indicated that the original company that I dealt with for almost 7 years was audited by, or being audited by Medicare presently, and any subsequent payment for CPAP supplies on my behalf would not be paid until the situation has been resolved. Well, you know, that's a very significant point of this particular situation, because with CPAP supplies, you know, this is a very important treatment program for me. It basically saved my life. I was falling asleep at the wheel while I was driving, and when I was diagnosed with sleep apnea, I was prescribed the CPAP treatment that just turned my world around 180 degrees, and I was able to function and live a more fruitful life. Based on the providers that you work with and the therapists within these provider organizations, you develop a very close and compelling relationship with them. And over a period of 7 years, the original company that I worked with, I certainly became dependent upon the attention and the good doings, the care, the interest in my well-being, and that relationship between the therapist at the provider, along with my need for this particular treatment, creates a pretty darn close bond, which is upsetting to me when a replacement has to be found, which I did find. A very fine company with equal attention to detail and to interest and professionalism. I find that they haven't been paid because of some issue with Medicare auditing my particular account at my original provider. Subsequent to that, I discovered when I went to the third provider, because the second provider could no longer provide me with components under Medicare coverage, I've now recently found out that they weren't paid either. So these are primarily small businessmen that can provide this kind of close, very personal service. And I'm not dealing with large conglomerate company that could swallow and write off on their tax returns these types of losses. So I'm totally upset about the fact that these small business providers are not being paid for prescribed CPAP components which I need to continue my current quality of life.